Welcome to the Overland Track, Tasmania's iconic 65-kilometre long 6-day trek. It's an internationally acclaimed walk through the heart of the vast Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area. The walk begins at Cradle Mountain, taking you high across Tasmania's mountain wilderness through alpine moorland, eucalypt forest and rainforest, before finishing at Lake St Clair, Australia's deepest lake. Along the way, you'll take in endless views, spectacular waterfalls and majestic mountain ranges, including Tasmania's highest peak, Mount Ossa. To ensure this extraordinary wilderness stays pristine for generations to come, follow the 7 principles of Leave No Trace while you're planning for the walk and while you're on the track. Principle 1. Plan ahead and prepare. Around 8,000 visitors a year from all over the world embark on this journey. To manage visitor numbers, walkers must book and pay for an Overland Track pass during the peak season from 1st November to 30th of April. Overland Track passes can be booked and paid for online or by contacting the Tasmanian Parks and Wildlife Service. At the start of the track, register your walk in the logbook. Logbooks aren't checked regularly, and a search will only be mounted if someone reports you lost or overdue, so you must tell someone reliable where you're going and when you're expected to return. The Overland Track is physically and mentally demanding. You will be carrying a 15 to 20 kg pack for 3 to 6 hours every day for 6 days. You'll need to carry everything. There are no shops, no electricity, and no cooks. You don't need a lot of gear, you just need the right gear. Essential clothing includes a waterproof jacket, a warm jacket, thermal long johns and top, beanie, gloves, sun hat, 1 set of dry clothes for wearing at night, a set of walking clothes, including gaiters, to protect your legs from mud, leeches, snakebite and prickly bushes, and well-worn-in hiking boots. You'll also need a good quality sleeping bag, sleeping mat, water bottle, first aid kit, personal hygiene items, map and compass, whistle for attracting attention in emergencies, fuel stove, fuel, cooking utensils, and a tent. You need a tent in case the huts are full, or if an injury or dangerous weather forces you to set up an emergency camp. Even though the track is well marked, fog can descend quickly, and you can lose your way in seconds. So many walkers also choose to carry a personal locator beacon. To keep your pack size and weight down, carry dehydrated food and cater for 1 emergency meal in case your walk is delayed. Drinking water can be collected from hut water tanks, lakes, or flowing streams. But we can't guarantee it's free from animal or human contamination, so if unsure, boil or treat your water before drinking, and avoid collecting water within 100 metres of any hut. Tasmania's weather is notoriously changeable. In one day you can experience sunshine, sleet and snow any time of the year. The temperature can drop rapidly and unexpectedly, so always keep your waterproof and warm clothes close at hand. For more on planning and preparing your walk, get a copy of our Before Your Walk brochure and visit the Overland Track section of our website. Principle 2. Walk and camp on durable surfaces. The track surface varies greatly and includes boardwalk, corduroy, rock, gravel, mud and tree roots, and after heavy rain, the track can look more like a stream. Regardless of the surface, staying on track is important to avoid eroding the landscape. Go through muddy sections, not around them. You'll have the choice of pitching your tent or staying in the walkers' huts. Each has sleeping platforms, but no mattresses, tables and seats, a coal or gas-fired heater, rainwater tanks and toilets. If the huts are full or you'd rather sleep in your tent, timber platforms are provided near most huts. Carry spare cord to help secure your guy ropes. If there are no platforms, use the designated camping area. Principle 3. Dispose of waste properly. If you pack it in, pack it out. Everything, other than what you put down the toilet, comes out on the track with you. Composting toilets are provided at the overnight hut sites. Where possible, please use these facilities. You must supply your own toilet paper. Where there is no toilet, use a trowel to dig a hole about 20 centimetres deep to bury your waste and paper. Choose your location at least 100 metres from a watercourse, campsite or track. Cover and disguise the hole when finished. And remember, don't bury anything that won't compost. Sanitary items must be carried out, and to prevent an outbreak of gastro on the track, be thorough about hand washing. As an extra safety measure, use an antibacterial hand gel, and always wash your hands again before preparing food. To wash dishes, use hot water and a scourer. You don't need detergent. When you can, empty dishwater into the grease trap below the hut water tanks. Otherwise, once the water's cooled, scatter it, but do this at least 50 metres away from any watercourse. Bag any food scraps and carry them out with you. But avoid tying rubbish to the outside of your pack, as it can easily come loose during your walk. To wash yourself, avoid using soap. Again, tip your wash water and spit your toothpaste down the grease trap or scatter it. Principle 4. Leave what you find. We highly value our Aboriginal heritage. If you find any stone tool artefacts, leave them where they are. They are part of this land and the history of this country. Likewise, please leave rocks, plants and other natural objects as you find them. Take care when visiting the historic huts too. Principle 5. Minimise campfire impacts. Use a fuel stove. The Cradle Mountain Lake St Clair National Park is a fuel stove only area. Campfires are not permitted. Test your fuel stove at home to make sure it's working. Liquid fuels should be carried in a sturdy, leak-proof fuel bottle. The Visitor Centre at Cradle Mountain sells stove fuel. To keep you safe and to protect huts or vegetation, metal plates are provided in the huts and on the tent platforms for fuel stoves. In case there is an emergency, make sure you know where the hut fire extinguisher and fire blanket are located. Principle 6. Respect wildlife. One of the delights along the track is the wildlife you'll meet along the way, such as wombats, paddymellons and eastern quolls. Please don't feed them, as it makes them sick and turns them into pests. 3 animals to watch out for though are brush-tail possums, currawongs and snakes. Brush-tail possums have become expert at entering tents at night and clawing into packs. So hang your food and rubbish bag in the huts. Currawongs have learnt to undo zips on packs to get your food or rubbish. So if you're leaving your pack beside the track while you do a side trip, cover it and tie your zips closed. And snakes. All Tasmanian snakes are venomous. If you see one, give it time to move away and learn correct treatment for snake bite. Principle 7. Be considerate to your hosts and other visitors. In the huts, there are no separate male and female areas, although some have partially separated rooms. Respect others' need for privacy. Keep your noise levels to a minimum to respect others' need for rest. Make room for everyone at the hut tables. And hang wet coats and clothes in the areas provided, keeping a safe distance from the heaters. Keep wet boots and socks outside and get used to putting them on wet each morning. Some huts will be more crowded than others, so remember to make room for everyone. If you're tenting, you're still welcome to use the hut to warm up, dry out and cook in. You are responsible for leaving the huts clean and tidy. Sweep the floor and wipe down the tables before you leave. The Overland Track experience changes people. It's a great accomplishment, and you are privileged if you're able to embark on the journey. As you walk the track, be mindful that this land has been trodden for many thousands of years by the first peoples of our country, the Tasmanian Aborigines. Allow your Overland Track experience to be shaped by the experience of all those who have gone before you, And know that by following these 7 principles of Leave No Trace, you're ensuring that this spectacular country will be enjoyed by generations to come.